Hey, it's MK, and I am back with another May I Scraplift You layout, and today I am scraplifting Tracy England. I absolutely loved her train layout, so I would like to recreate it. Today I am going to be scrapbooking a train that is created or was made by Cook Locomotive and Machine Works. Now, there are only 11 of these trains available to view in the United States. So the first thing that I'm showing you guys is a couple simple stories like vintage family heritage stuff. I've got some cut files that are in my shop, and then these little pieces, bits and pieces that I only will use a few of are from 13 Arts Mr. Handsome. I just already pre-picked out what I wanted or thought I was going to use. Some more gear cut files that don't end up on the layout, and then that little circular saying is from Kaiser Craft. I believe it's the workshop, or it was Factory 42, one of those two. And then I pulled out my bin of gears because I'm not really sure yet what I'm going to be doing. Now, I've also pulled out a ton of I always forget. Craft Consortium, I think is what the name is called. Papers. So I have a bunch of papers from them, and then this plain black cardstock that I added to the kit before I left my house because, as you guys know, I'm still at the retreat. I created a ton of layouts at this retreat, you guys. I'm so proud of myself because normally I just ho-hum and visit with everybody, and I really feel guilty that I even brought anything. Because of the fact that I usually am there just to socialize. I don't really scrapbook at retreats. Is that weird? Maybe, I'm not sure. So I also have that wood grain piece of paper. Now that was from another layout that I did like several days ago. And this was just one of those offcuts. And I thought, oh, it would be perfect because it's not so eye-catching that it'll take away from the train tracks when I add them on. But I wanted a transition strip between my diamond plate and what looks like a piece of sheet metal that got welding spurs on it. So I definitely just really am enjoying these metal textures from Craft Consortium. All right, so back into Janet's mixed media stash I went, and I pulled out this one, and it was, oh gosh, you guys, it's a red one. So it's got the name, it's got a poinsettia in its name, and I apologize, but it was really super uber dry, and I told Janet that I did not want to moisturize it and revive it because I wanted that texture. I wanted that chunky metallic I wanted the texture from this very dried texture paste, which is by Picket Fence, I believe. So it's paper glaze is what it is called. But it was definitely very flaky. It made such a mess on the layout that I almost was regretting doing this. And when I was going around, I thought, oh my gosh, this is really, really red, but I want rust. I want the color of rust like train tracks are now because they have been out in the elements for quite a while, that they've actually rusted and oxidized and things like that. So I definitely wanted to get that reddish look. So once I start adding all of my Nouveau elements to this to these train tracks, it'll get to looking the rust color that I am searching for. But right now I'm trying to get the texture, the roughness that the train tracks actually have on them. Now I do know that the only parts that are actually rust are the teeny tiny little rails going vertical or horizontal. But in all honesty, I wanted the whole thing to look rust. Okay. Oh, I forgot, I went and I sprayed all of these with another brown spray that Janet had, and I apologize, I don't remember the name of the brown, but I do love how the poinsettia paper glaze completely, what is the word called when it resisted the spray. And so I have that red peeking through, and the paper soaked up all that brown. I just fell in love with it. I was like, yay. And then I took my, I think it's antique copper accents and put those in, just to kind of give it a little bit more of a gold shimmer. And then I am going through and I'm lining one edge and along one side to give it a 3D look with my copper penny glaze, and then I don't end up using any of my stone drops at all like I thought I was going to. I really do like how the copper penny left it in a 3D look, and you guys will get to see that as soon as the close-ups of the layout come in. But right now you kind of can't really see them, and I apologize. But I'm going to try to put my train tracks kind of exactly like Tracy does hers, only all of mine aren't round. And so the first thing I'm going to do is take the one train track that was kind of curvy, swervy, and cut it because I don't want to waste any of that goodness behind a photo. I don't want to do that. It was a lot of effort to try to get these train tracks to look the way that I wanted them. And I love how they pop off the page, being that they are a reddish brown. I absolutely love that, you guys. So I went ahead and I did not end up using my straight tracks, and I just used the portion of the curved track that I took out and used that as where my title is going to go. So I definitely am really excited about this train. It was actually pretty cool. Now this train, and yes, I did rip my train tracks, my circular train tracks, while I was trying to apply the paper glaze. But this train is actually operational, and it's really cool because they have they built tracks around, and they being the train museum in Carson City, Nevada. They built tracks around the museum, and then they go out quite a ways. I'm not really sure how far they go out, but they do go out quite a ways, and every now and then they pull this train out and run it. And I don't know if they put cars behind it for passengers or not. I don't know that. To be honest, I was so excited to see the train that I really wasn't paying attention to what the gal was saying about it. My bad. So back in the day, they actually took trains, and the models of them were based on their wheel. Let me see if I can get this correct, but it is their wheel arrangement. And what that means is the engine of the train has so many wheels underneath it. Now this one here has 4 on each side. So what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Math is not my strong suit. So it's got 8 wheels, but because the 2 are smaller in the front, this train is actually a 440 train, or 440 train. And that's the model of train that this is, which is kind of cool in a way. So I had to look that up. I was like, okay, so what is a 440 train? And I looked it up, and basically what that means is it's got 4 bogie wheels in the front, which this one has, and 4 drive wheels, which are the large wheels up in the front. Now, I'm not sure when they went away from this style of train and, calling it that, or the other kinds of, or models of trains that they have. I'm not really sure, but this train is from 1888. That's when that's its build date. That's when it was, when they say it's a build date, that is when it is fully operational and ready to hit the tracks. And it's already gone through all its testing. It's already gone through everything. And so this train was ready to be ran in 1888. And this train is number 8 in the 440 series. And so I was like, that is amazing. And if you guys are curious where the other 10 trains are located, there is one in Atlanta, Georgia. There is one in Sacramento, California. There's one in Silver Plume, Colorado. I hope I said that right. This one is in Carson City, Nevada. There's one in Omaha, Nebraska. Galveston, Texas is one. Grapevine, Texas, Roseville, California, and Paris, Arkansas. That is where you can find all of these different ones. Now, I have to say, my most intriguing one, which I definitely want to go visit one of these days, is the one in Atlanta, Georgia, in the Atlanta History Center is where it is located. It is built in 1856, so way back when the company was still, let me see if I can get this correct, the company was still called Danforth Cook and Company back in 1846 or 1856. And there is no serial number because it is one of the originals, but it is also a 440 train. Anyways, I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of history about these trains because I was absolutely fascinated. And what's really cool is when Carson City picked up this train, it actually picked up, and inside its coal cart, it picked up some spare parts too. Some, well, they call them cosmetic parts, which is the prettiness on the outside of the train. And so they have spare parts for when the train needs it. And I think that that is amazing because most of these museums that are maintaining these types of trains have to actually fabricate everything, and so then it doesn't become original. And for this train to have original parts to be put back on it is absolutely fascinating to me, because it can stay original for quite a long time after it is. But 1888, you guys, that is mind-blowing at how old this train is, and I absolutely fell in love with it. So I've got lots and lots of pictures to come of this one particular train. All right, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Be sure to check out everyone else that is playing along with May I Scraplift You, and I will check y'all later. Bye.